Hello there, everybody. Welcome on back to more Antibirth. We're gonna do a cane run today. Look, my voice. I got crap all over my desk. Get out of here, you stupid spiders. Thank God it wasn't an XL floor, because I genuinely wasn't even looking at the screen. You guys told me Kane has a good witness unlock, one of the best in the game. So we're doing it. We're doing it, and we're gonna see if we can win the entire game. Right now, winning this run will just unlock everything, and we'll just win. That's not how it actually works. There's your HUD, because I know you are already in the comments going, turn on the HUD, Tyler, turn on the, we need the HUD, blah, 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 and okay. It's all good and ready to go. Oof. Yeah, I don't really think that's what we're looking for here, but I'll do this. Why did I take anti-grav? Mainly because I'm not a little baby, although I will be honest, shortly after doing it, I highly debated just stepping on spikes and ending the run and restarting, but I don't know, anti-grav is not the end of the world. You can always just spam click with it, in which case it's a tears up. So in the end, is that bad? Is it that bad, chat? I don't think it's that bad. I think it's fine. Also, my pop filter's not on the right. Everything is jacked up today, dude. I haven't recorded in recorded in close to 6 days, which are going, oh my god, what the hell happened? Friggin' life happened, dude. You know, I'm good. I'm doing so much travel right now that no, I'm just kidding. I'm locked in my house, as are the rest of you. But I've been very busy. It's my last week of school ever. I feel like that good caveat to add on to that. So there's a lot of, you know what, that works out. I'm fine with it. And now we have a jawbreaker, which I don't know what that does. So we will have to figure it out. I got a lot of reasons to have bombs right now, man. Even more reasons. We got more in here. Give me something that gives me bombs. I don't even know. Maybe, I suppose it's, oh, Jawbreaker occasionally does teeth. That's actually really good, dude. That's a really good trinket. Because that's going to end up giving, it's basically just tough love, but probably a lesser chance of it coming out. This is like some really cursed Pac-Man right now. Okay. Booster pack. Bingo bango. 2 diamonds. The lovers, I'll just pop. Justice gives me 2 bombs. Unbelievable. Okay. Now you come in here. You say, hello. Pop that. Thank you. You're beautiful. And then you come... There was another one around here. It's just mainly I'm looking for the best opportunity. This is not the best one. This one's, I mean, there's not even one in there, so probably not the best. Also not amazing, but you know what? I'm going to stop in here real quick. And I'm actually going to do a thing here, I think. So it's going to be something like this. Okay. And then it's going to be something like this. Followed by this, followed by this. And you're going, Tyler, what's the purpose of buying a boom detonator? And the answer is I got 5 bombs out of that, man. Is big brain, right? Incredibly big brain. Because then you do this, you get even more money out of it. Who's laughing now? Huh? Who's laughing now? I'm true MVP of the world. Anyway, I haven't recorded in a few days. I finally... I'm just gonna be honest with you. I don't have time to record today either, but there does reach a point where you're like, you know what? I'm done with school for 5 minutes. I've been basically working close to nonstop on assignments for, you know what, dude? That's fine. That's fine. I don't need these bombs. You think I need these bombs? I don't need your stupid smelly bombs. Just get me off of this floor. We spent basically 4 bombs on nothing. But hey, it's life, right? It's life. We got two soul hearts for some protection here, which bodes pretty well for us to get a deal on this floor. We basically, as Kane on this run, by the way, we want to just stack our damage as fast as possible and cruise to the finish line. I think that we're probably in a good shape to a good position. We have a high likelihood. There's a lot of words, dude. It's a high likelihood of us. You know what? I can do something like that. Dude, I hate those little firefly suckers. Congratulations, you win the worst human being award ever. I hate them so much. And they're not even human beings and they win the award. That's how terrible they are. Okay. But yeah, I've been working on a lot of school-related things. I even went so far as I posted on my community tab, which if you don't know where that is, you can find it on my YouTube homepage. You also might occasionally get, if you're subscribed to me, you might see them in various, like your homepage. Occasionally you'll see me in there and stuff like that. It's just a way for me to communicate with you guys when you're not in the Discord or following me on Twitter, which you can do both of those in the description. Highly recommend it because it's good and it's fun and all that good stuff. And on Twitter, I just tweet really bad political opinions all day. So it makes for an enjoyable experience for sure. But I posted on there, I was like, you know, hey, not going to have a lot of videos this week unless you're really interested in, sure, I will take anemic. It's not, you know, it's not amazing, but it's fine. It's also a range up, apparently. Little known facts about anemic. That was just horrendous that I took damage right there. Feeling good about that for sure. But I was like, yeah, if you guys want to know anything about using genetic algorithms to solve Cornell equilibriums, or if you care about internet censorship and, you know, collateral damage on a global network scale, then sure, I can make a video about that, haha. And I meant it as a joke. And then I got like 100 comments of people going, Tyler, make a video on this. It sounds interesting. So you know what? I'm taking this video as a way for me to sit and talk about, oh, baby. That's good stuff. And then we're going to get a red heart directly after this. A bad and obviously a very good item. No hatred towards it. We probably, I mean, in all retrospect, we probably shouldn't have taken the HP up before going in there, because that ended up being a waste of an item. But I don't know, dude. There reaches a point where, like, who cares? It's 1 HP, and you're taking a top tier item in the game, so it kind of feel like it balances out in the end. Just a chest, but you do gotta love the crawl space nonetheless. This is actually a very lucky not taking the tick moment. The tick in Rebirth you cannot get rid of. In Afterbirth Plus you can burn it off with the matchstick. That does not exist in Rebirth and thus does not exist in Antibirth. So good to know. Oh baby, dude. When I said stack the damage, this is... I expected to get to this point like a few floors from now. We got to this point way faster than a few floors. Your secret room is actually going to be right here. It was very awkward because the rocks were kind of in the way. But now we have enough money to make the shop worthwhile. Voodoo Pin is a good item because it's Dull Razor. But do we have anything that affects Dull Razor? Not really. It makes anemic go. I think I'm just going to take this and go. It's just not that, you know, dude, that spike has gotten me twice, and that's really sad when you think about it. But no, we're chilling, I think. We're also going to, yeah, I think we're going to do this, followed by this. Get this going. This is Wormwood, okay? Wormwood's not that bad, to be honest. Not too concerned about him causing any harm to me whatsoever. Spiky boys. We're actually in a position, he might take damage from my spiky boys too. He's gonna come flying in, and he's dead. Good stuff. Synth oil. This is another damage up, by the way. Not sure if you noticed. We're gonna need a plethora of bombs to get down to the mines. So just use them. Fee-hoo. Dude, I have no idea what this could do. It said wealth. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pop it in a room like this. I can't even begin to tell you what that does. Maybe we pop it in a room that has money in it, and that does something. I should just look it up, but that requires a lot of work to move my hand to the mouse, click off of the screen, and then proceed to type Fee-hoo Antibirth into my web browser. What do you take me for? These are difficult tasks. Okay. I will search it shortly. Give me a hot second. But anyway, I'm going to take a lot of this video to just talk about various school things that I'm doing, because apparently that's something you all are interested in. And if you have questions, then feel free to ask me in the comments, and I'll do my best to explain it. I've always said, what does Eraser do? Probably removes your last picked up item. That's what I would think it would do. That might not actually be what it does, but it sounds logical to me. And I don't really want to remove my knife piece, so I'm not going to do that. We now have enough bombs, which is good. Kind of a terrible one here, but I suppose, you know, we are in a position now where we can see our secret rooms. I should have absolutely popped the hangman to get in there. That's just very bad play by me. There's our secret room, which allows us to get into the shop for free, but not really an important thing for us here. I am going to at least get one of the... Okay, I'm going to get 2 of the tinted rocks that were on this floor, and also the super secret room. In the end, this actually worked out okay. Explosive diarrhea we don't care about. 48-hour energy we don't care about. 40-hour energy again we don't care about. I found pills is bad, and paralysis. Okay, just a banging one here. I did that because it was fun. Okay, continue on. But, yeah, so I mean, I was working on two main assignments this week. I have a class that it's called Computational Economics, which sounds frightening. I promise you, it's almost even more frightening than it sounds. Whoa, that blows up bomb rocks in the room. That is really, really interesting. Today I learned something cool. I wonder, dude, I'm making the 101 facts video right now. I'm wondering if that's not just an anti-birth thing. I have no idea that was a thing, so now I'm going to text that to myself. Remote detonator bomb rocks, and then in like a month when I release this 100 facts video, you're gonna be sitting there. You're gonna see the fact that says remote detonator can blow up bomb rocks, and you're gonna go, whoa. I was there. It's going to be really, really exciting. But anyway, I'm taking a computational economics class, and then I have my capstone, which is essentially just like my final project. That is the culmination of 4 years of long-winded computer security college. And it's my way to prove that I have made it in the world. That was a big penny, dude, that gave me a lot of stuff. I'm happy to have received this big penny. I think it's also known as a dime in most worlds, but it was definitely a larger penny than just a dime. I have no idea what it was. Okay, yeah, honestly, a little rude, buddy. So anyway, for my computational economics class, it's basically... So if you don't know what economics is, it's kind of the study of how firms... Wait, what is the best way to describe economics? It's the study of how businesses make decisions and operate, more or less. So it's a lot of supply and demand. It's understanding how the economies of the world function, hence economics. And I've taken it upon myself to basically along with studying computer security, also study economics on the side. I've taken a good chunk of economics classes. And what computational economics is it basically combines economics with computers in a way to use specific models, different models of economics, and display them using a computer. So, for example, you may have the Cornell Model, okay? And the Cornell Model basically says you have two firms, two businesses. We'll call them the Binding of Isaac and Enter the Gungeon, okay? Easy way to understand it. You've got these two firms, Binding of Isaac and Enter the Gungeon, and they're both selling a product, which is a roguelite action shooter, right? Which is basically what, both of those games are. What the Cornell Model says is that, well, normally when you have these two firms, there's going to be some equilibrium point where they will each maximize what they sell. What a great pickup for us here. They will both maximize their output. Say Isaac sells 150 units at X price, and then Gungeon sells 200 units at a slightly lower price, or something like that. What the Cornell Model says is basically that it's a different way of figuring out where that equilibrium point is. And there's a little bit more math to it, and that equilibrium point is determined by some factors, yada, yada, yada. I'm not going into intense details on this because, frankly, you don't care or need to know about that. But you can use a computer to basically code the Cornell Model, and then you can run it over many replications. So basically just testing it a lot of times, because for the most part you're going to run these things randomly, right? You're gonna tell the computer, hey, start running one variant of this. So we're gonna code two firms, and then we're going to say, okay, this firm, we'll take this. Oh, that's mysteriously, they re-imaged that. Okay. I'm actually okay with Mysterious Liquid here, so that is totally fine. Just surprised to see it look differently was all. But I really have no reason to go into that item room now. Don't go in there. I don't have a key anyway, so it's okay. But you can code that, so you can say, here's two firms, here's what their costs are, here's what they're willing to bid, and then just randomly make values of quantities that they would want to bid. So say that Isaac wants to produce only up to 150 copies of their game, which would obviously be a little bit ridiculous. Isaac has thousands of players, so to only do 150 would be ludicrous, but you understand what I'm saying here. Also, this is kind of garbage because of Remote Detonator, while it's also kind of great. Actually, I can't figure out if this is awful or fantastic. I can control when these go off. Hey, don't hit me, buddy. You wanna not hit me? Hey, guess what? Bingo. You're dead. Okay. You're also dead, and now you're in the pooper now, buddy. Okay, give me this bar of soap. Fantastic. We are now in ridiculous rate of fire range. Yeah, this feels good. I like that. But yeah, you can code the Cornell Model and set it to do random quantities. So Isaac wants to do up to 150. So you may tell it, pick a random number between 0 and 150. Right? And then it'll pick a random number, and then we'll run a lot of variants of that to make sure that eventually we come to a equilibrium. What is this? 120 volt. Oh, this looks already fantastic. I'm very in on this. This is gonna do some zappy on our enemies, and it's gonna make me very happy. Also, we know the secret room will not be here, so we might as well do... Whoa, it's on the other side. That is not what I expected. A tier is down sucks. Another tier is down sucks. Telepills also kind of sucks, to be honest with you, but it's okay. We're chilling. So yeah, that's what computational economics is basically coding those models. I'm coding them using a language called Julia. You have probably never heard of it, to be blunt with you, because I definitely had never heard of it before I took this class. It's a derivative of Python, but it is, if you don't know what Python is, then that's not going to make any sense to you anyway, but Python's basically a coding language. I even have tutorials on my channel for how to code it if you are interested in any of the things that I'm saying. Those videos will give you a little bit of a starter preview of how you can code anything, really. It's even, Python's not good for coding games, but basically with code, you want to learn the basics first, and then as long as you learn the basics, you're basically set up to learn everything. Like, once you learn the basics of Python, you're gonna have knowledge needed to eventually code a game, if that's something that you're interested in doing. But I'm coding them in Julia, this class. It's what the class requires. Julia is basically just like a slightly faster Python that has some really wonky syntax. I'll be honest, I don't really like the language at all, and I think I could have done most of this class in Python, but that's beside the point. Different professors required different things. Thank you for my knife piece. We're one away, just gotta get the one in Mausoleum. We'll be able to go down to, what's his face? Witness Boy. Also now have a Telepills that we obviously will use for something. We just gotta figure out what the hell it is. Also, obviously this run is really good. I feel like I do not need to explain that to you. But, and 100% chance of a deal on this floor is also quite nice. So, Bob's Brain. See, this is one where I'm kind of like, I don't need Bob's Brain, and when my brain is trying to work in autopilot anyway, I don't really feel the need to take it. It's still a very good item, and in most cases I would, but our damage is like, actually very good right now. And when we have anti-grav and I'm holding down a lot, that's going to auto-fire Bob's Brain. So I think that just in terms of synergies, I don't think this is the right run for Bob's Brain, but don't take that as me thinking it's a bad item. All Isaac items have a time and place, right? So this guy is almost dead. It's going to do the Brim Beam. We managed to get hit by spiders in the end, which is a very stupid scenario. I will possibly be re-rolling those. This would be a great time for Lump of Coal. Although, to be honest, I'd probably take Cramps' head too. So, yeah, I will take Cramps' head. I will re-roll these. I will take Experimental Treatment. Damage up, tears up. Lost my HP. That's a win in my book, to be honest. And we head on down. Okay. But anyway, my assignment that I've been working on was basically doing this Cornell model that I was just telling you about, but coding it using what is called a genetic algorithm. And basically what a genetic algorithm is it really has nothing to do with genetics. It's just kind of the process in which it does things that is reminiscent of how genetics works in the world. So you basically, you know how I was saying that you would randomly choose a quantity that you wanted to produce when doing the Cornell model? Genetic algorithms basically say, instead of randomly picking that value to produce, let's instead use chromosomes. And I put chromosomes in quotations because they're not really chromosomes. Basically what they are is a binary string, ones and zeros. If you don't know what binary is, I have a video on that too, so you can go look that up and you can learn binary from that. I do it using Minecraft. It's a very good video. I liked it a lot, to be honest. So basically it says, hey, we want values between 0 and, how do I do this? We want values between 0 and 100. So we're going to make binary strings of you know, this length, so maybe 16 bits long, 8 bits long, something like that. And then using a specific algorithm, we can convert that long string of binary characters, zeros and ones, into a value between 0 and 100. And the magic kind of just happens there. I'm not going to explain what the algorithm is, because it's honestly a little big brain. Also, we're losing a lot of HP on this floor because I have forgotten many enemies in my week away from recording Isaac. It's not good, but we'll be okay. I'm very not concerned about this run. It's a very good run. I'm a little bit concerned about this, to be honest. Okay. What hit me? Okay. Well, this is now a weird one because we could just finish the run as Judas if we died. I don't really want to, because that would be the Judas unlock. But I suppose, I mean, it would be a lot of damage. I don't know. We're going to try not to die, but if we die, we die, right? So you now have all these chromosomes, and they are of different quantities. I got hit by the homing fire. That's what happened there. But they're different quantities, and they're made by decoding this binary string. So then you try a bunch of these chromosomes when you're doing the replications I was talking about. And depending on which one gives you the best overall profit, you keep that one. And then the other ones you mutate. So you basically, you know, go in, you say, okay, so this binary string is 1011. Let's pick a random bit in there. So we'll choose the first one, you know, the 1011. And we'll say, let's change that one to its other possibility. So we'll change that to a 0. So now we have 0, 0, 1, 1 instead of 1, 0, 1, 1. And then in the next replication, we're going to try that one instead and see what the profit comes back on that. So you're basically just going through and you're slightly changing or mutating each of these chromosomes and then retrying them over and over and over. And what happens is, over a long period of time, those values start to converge towards an equilibrium point, because with each firm doing this, eventually you're going to reach a point where they are doing what maximizes their profits. And that's what should be the Cornell equilibrium, and it's pretty accurate. It's slightly off, but in terms of doing it, it's not too bad. So that's what I've been coding, and it's complicated, and it definitely was a difficult. It was a difficult. Dude, I don't really want either of those. I mean, we could D100 for sure. It would give us HP. I have a feeling I will take damage in this room. I did not. Okay. I'm a little bit concerned now because apparently I'm bad at the game, so I'm taking a lot of damage. I don't really want to die here because this run's really good. I don't really trust myself to not get hit in a boss, although we have freaking Krampus' head. Let's do it. Now I'm concerned, dude. What the hell? Okay. Yeah, so I have no idea how to beat that guy. So now we are Judas. At this point, frig it, dude. I know you're going, Tyler, bad idea. Is it though? Is it though? I got 49 damage right now. So it doesn't seem like that bad of an idea. And I still have my knife piece, which is good. What a mess, though. What an absolute mess. And this is only Mausoleum 1, so our knife piece is not actually on this floor. I don't know, this run is like just as cool as the last one, to be honest. I would like a better rate of fire, obviously, but in terms of damage, you can't knock this in the slightest. And now we have a good amount of HP on top of it. It is definitely, our rate of fire is 37. That's pretty low, but I'm okay with the reroll. And you know what? If we get low on HP, you just hit the reroll again, and everything will be okay there as well. We're gonna go fight the boss and get this show on the road. I'm content. Look, you might have been in love with the electrified tiers. It was cool for sure. I mean, it was yeah, hated that. Thanks. But we will be okay here. Life is good. Halo, totally fine. Small damage up. Also a decent sized tiers up, which is good. Head on down. But then anyway, so I've been working on that. And then on top of that, I've also been working on my capstone project, which is all about internet censorship. And that might be something that a lot of you don't know a ton about, which, I mean, to be fair, I didn't know a ton about it before. But basically what internet censorship is, and it happens more than you think, is what I'm going to say, because it happens in a lot of different countries around the world. But also, if you're, you know, from the U.S. like me, it happens in the U.S. as well. The stars are calling, dude. I have officially gotten planetariums. So now you all can stop bugging me to not take item rooms to get planetariums when I didn't even have them unlocked. I know I didn't have them unlocked. I know what planetariums are. So now they're unlocked, and now we can start to do some runs of trying to snag some planetariums, because the items are fun, and in general, it's a fun thing to do. So we will try now to get planetariums in a future video. You get them by grabbing 5 astrology-based items in the same run, which we likely got because of the D100. So in the end, D100, dude, what a good play for us to increase the fun of our runs. But anyway, internet censorship is basically just a government saying, hey, I really don't want you to read this on the internet. So I am going to do what I can to block you from reading this on the internet. Most of the time, it's he blocked the shot and sent it back at me. That was very rude. Most of the time, it's going to be some kind of political reason. Other times it's going to be a belief type thing. So for instance, in India, different cities in India, I can't speak for all of India, I just know that some of the major cities, they have like all pornographic websites blocked and censored. And if you try to go to a pornographic website in India, then you end up where it will either pop up and it says this website is blocked in the country, or what it'll do is it'll redirect you to a different page. So say, you know, you try to go to porn.com, it may redirect you and put you at, instead of porn.com, it's p0rn.com, and instead it's like news about India or something. It's not quite how it's going to work, and somebody will yell at me that, you know, oh, I'm from India, and that's not what happened, and you are correct. That's not exactly what happens, but that's how a country can do it. Please send me back. I don't want to be here though. Thank you. So that's basically what internet censorship is. Recently, internet censorship has been an even bigger issue, which made this project really, really valuable for when I'm doing it, which is right now. The entire coronavirus situation is an interesting thing on censorship, because China, which obviously, as many people know, is presumably where the virus was started. China has been censoring any websites containing information about the coronavirus. So in our testing, we've been actually focus firing on sending requests to servers in China to see if we can get results based on censoring that data. So basically how it works is, I'll take this. Basically how it works is there's a functionality called Traceroute, and it's built into almost every operating system, so you can do this right now. If you open up the command prompt on your I didn't grab the key piece, dude. I'm actually the world's biggest idiot. And it's sitting in the one room I didn't go to, too. I'm literally the biggest dumbass on earth. It's unbelievable how stupid I am. Okay, well, we will become Guppy. Which, I mean, is that... Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Killing ourselves will not... That'll kill us. Which will send me back to here. Then I'll do this. Try to figure out if there is a realistic way for me to get out of here. I have mom's knife, dude, on the reroll. And somebody screams, this man's the luckiest man alive. Oh my god. I think chat would have rioted the hell if I somehow screwed this one up. Okay. Thank God that we got mom's knife on the reroll. For those that don't know, mom's knife allows you to open up that door. So in the end, all is happy, peachy, hunky-dory. Definitely paying a lot of attention to the run going on right now and not talking about all of my personal escapades in life. Yeah, so we basically, there's a functionality called Traceroute. What it does is you can basically trace the route, shocker, I know, trace the route that your internet traffic takes to reach a location. You could do is you can open up your command prompt that's either CMD on Windows, or if you're on a Mac or Linux, you'll open up a terminal and do it. And you can type Traceroute or Tracer-T, depending on what your operating system is, and you can basically just say Traceroute and then the name of a website, right? So like Traceroute www.google.com. And what it will show you is the exact hops that when you send internet traffic packets, so when you make that connection to Google, how is your computer or your phone or whatever it is, how is it getting to Google? And it's going to tell you the exact routers that it ends up going through, the IPs of those routers that it ends up going to get to google.com. So basically what you can then do is you can figure out using what they call geolocation, basically being able to take an IP address and map it to a location in the world. You can figure out where those routers are that your traffic is hopping through. So say I'm in Ohio right now. I send a packet to Google, and Google's headquarters is out in California. At least I'm pretty sure. We have like every Guppy item except for Guppy's collar, which is cool. But Google's out in California or Seattle or somewhere out west. Okay, so I'm in Ohio. How in the world am I connecting to Google and their databases from Ohio? Well, first it's going to tell me, okay, you made a hop to my own personal router, right? First, I made a connection to my own personal router. Then my router makes a connection to some, larger router kind of managed by my internet service provider, probably. And then that router makes a connection to an even bigger router that might be in, Kansas, right? And then Kansas makes a connection to a router in Nevada. Nevada makes a connection to a router in California. And then finally, that router makes a connection to Google, right? That's kind of how this goes. And now, if I use the geolocation services, I can see exactly where those routers are that I'm making these connections to. And then in return, I'm able to trace that route completely. So what we can do is, when internet censorship happens, your internet traffic packets that you're sending, so when I make that connection to Google, I'm sending data to Google, those packets may end up having information in them that indicate that, hey, you're getting censored. So if I try to make a connection to Google and it, redirects me to, some government page or something, they are censoring my connection to Google, which is not good, right? Which is not good, depending on what your take on censorship is. It's not good. Thank you for the damage, and I don't care about anything in this room, so we will continue on. One way that you can do that is a thing called tracking the hops. And basically the hops are how many routers you gotta hop to get to the location. So I said that you're in Ohio and you're hopping all the way to California, and we hit 3 routers along the way or something. That's the number of hops that it takes. Well, you can run these trace routes with different protocols, and different ways of different protocols are going to have a higher likelihood of being blocked. So you can basically track and say, okay, if we run this one with this protocol and it was 8 hops, and then we run this one with this protocol and it was 9 hops, and we run this one with this protocol and it was 2 hops, now there's a pretty big discrepancy. Between 8 and 9, it wasn't really that big a deal, but now we have between those is a much bigger discrepancy, going from 8 or 9 to 2. So now you start to think and you go, okay, well, we should look more into this connection that we made here and see if possibly that router is being compromised, is being censored, and if we can get some more data about it in some way. And that's how you can start to figure out where the censorship is. So basically what we have now figured out is there may be countries out there, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't know how much I can actually talk about this, so I'm choosing my words carefully. But there are countries out there that are censoring their country's information, but that censorship is also affecting other countries, which then makes it illegal. So, I'm just using it as an example. Say that the Binding of Isaac is wanting to censor people from reading articles about Slay the Spire. Okay? But right next door to Isaac as a country is Enter the Gungeon. Okay? And Enter the Gungeon is totally fine with people playing Slay the Spire. Well, people living in Enter the Gungeon may search Slay the Spire and they may get censored. Right? And it's due to collateral damage of... Hello. It's due to collateral damage of Isaac censoring Slay the Spire. That's what I'm trying to find with this project, is I just re-rolled myself upon going into this fight, which I think is a terrible, terrible thing to have done. That said, our damage is 33 and really good. I think I also have Cursed Eye, which is a little bit scary, but you know what? This run was cursed, and in the end, we made it work, so I'm content. I'm happy. Get me the hell out of here, and I don't even know what I unlocked, to be honest. I got Judas done now, so that's cool. Good times, dude. Good times. I don't know. We'll maybe try a Cain run in the next one, but probably another Jacob and Esau. If I had to bet, we'll do another one of them. But yeah, it's been a long week for me, long 2 weeks for me. But next week is my final exams, and they're going to be easy. It's mainly just getting all the work done before my final exams. But then after that, I'll be a graduated boy, and I'll be done. And then I can focus on YouTube for 2 months before I start my actual job, and things will be peachy keen hunky dory. If you have any questions about anything I said in this video, I know that this was it was a very commentary focused and big brain episode. Sorry if that's not something you're into, but a lot of people express some interest in it, so I appreciate the support on it. I'll catch you guys in the next video. You have a good one, and goodbye.